Hey folks, Brian Short here with the Walleye guys. Just want to give you a quick tip here today. It has been so hot this spring, or early summer I guess. We're not officially in the summer, we're after Labor Day. It is early June and it's been 90s and it's going to be 90s for a while with this no break in sight. So we've been doing a lot of rigging lately, right? Leeches and crawlers. These fish are focusing on bugs. A lot of places mayflies are hatching. We're out here on the Missouri River where they haven't started hatching, but the larvae, they're down there. They're eating the larvae. They could hatch any day, and they actually typically hatch for several days and actually throughout a whole month or two in this particular area. What does that mean to me? That means rigging and going kind of, maybe a little faster than normal. A lot of guys will rig at like 0.8 to 1 mile an hour. What I'm talking about rigging is, either pulling bottom bouncers or the old traditional Lindy rig, right? We got a swivel, a leader, and a hook with the weight above the swivel. Right here I'm running about a 2-foot leader, running a Seaguar 10-pound gold label. Okay, so it's a little heavy maybe when guys think about rigging. I'm in some really dirty water. I mean, this stuff's 6 inches to a foot water clarity. I'm gonna run 10 to 15 pound test leaders, okay, because I got a lot of timber and stuff that's just laying on the bottom of the river to get snagged up on, and these fish do not care. I do not need a long leader. I don't need a 6-foot leader. I'm not clear water. I can get by with this 18 inches 2-foot. It's plenty long, and I love to run a bullet style type of weight, all right? An egg sinker or something like that. Prefer tungsten, but I'm about out of them, I think, in this 1/4 ounce size. Try to go with the lightest weight as I possibly can, but I have current, and I'm actually pulling these at about 1 to 1.5, either upstream or downstream, right? A little faster downstream, a little slower upstream. And downstream is really where we're getting a lot more of the bites, but I want to keep that weight as light as possible so the fish feels less resistance but yet maintain bottom contact. The advantage with the tungsten one, this is just a lead one, is I can get the same 1/4 ounce weight and a much smaller size, so my probability of getting snagged up by the weight is even less, which tungsten is just, it's really a great way to go. I love to run a little bead above that swivel just to keep that weight from where it's banging down on the swivel. It's not going to do any damage there. Nicking the line. Another little thing, like I said, I'm fishing some dirty water. Either I'm going to run a Randy rig hook if I know I'm running large crawlers or crick chops, but right now I'm running just a small leech, or literally about a 1-inch piece of night crawler that which is about, if you ever seen a mayfly larva, they're only about that big, and the water gets real hot like this, small baits are going to excel for you real well. I have a chartreuse bead on there. What I do is I glue on one of these little rubber beads that slides up over your hook and onto the, right over the eyelet. Okay, I put a little dab of super glue on my knot, slide that on there quick, that's going to stay on. It's going to put off a little glow down there. I'm in some dirty water, so this thing, it certainly doesn't hurt. I think it helps a fair amount. But if you don't have, not a big deal. You can buy a lot of rigs with those already on them. So keep your baits small. Downsize those crawlers when you got a bug hatch going on to about 1 inch. That's all you really need. Ideally, you're going to hold your rod. I got this St. Croix Tournament Legend medium light. I like a light rod so that if it's in a rod holder, and that fish starts to hit it, typically you'll see them just kind of tap it, and then it's just going to kind of bend. Let it load up, all right? If I'm holding the rod, I'm going to have the bell open. I can let some line out, let the fish take it a little bit. I don't need to feed them a lot. These aren't crick chubs, running real small baits. You don't need to get in that hook, deep into their throat. But just let them get it down there a little bit. If it's in a rod holder and it's a medium light rod, they can load that up without feeling any of the tension. You can get by with even just a straight up light rod I've been running too, and that's been working really well. This is my favorite 7-foot St. Croix Tournament Series, Legend Tournament. Medium light with a fast action tip so I can get a quick hook set. But really, I'm just going to drop that rod tip back. If I still feel weight on it, just a good sweeping motion, keeping the line tight, reeling that fish in. We get a lot of 3 to 5 pound fish lately. This one has really been doing about the best with the leech on it. It's getting me the big fish. I'm running the Tokyo rig with a night crawler. I put a lot of the fish in the boat the other day. But when the weather's hot, water's warm, we're in the 70 degrees, you got a bug hatch going on, downsize those baits real small. You're talking night crawlers or leeches, the 1 inch or so. You don't need a 4 or 5 inch leech. Grab the smaller leeches if you got them. And actually speed up a little bit. I find this, speeding up has triggered a lot more of the fish lately than going real slow. Real slow, they're mouthing that bait and we're missing them. Going faster, they got to be a little bit more aggressive on the bite. And the water's so warm, their metabolism is increasing, the fish are feeding. They're still hungry, still fishing them really shallow. I just throw these out back. I mark some fish on my Humminbird Helix side scan. When I see them, boom, I stop the boat. I just throw this thing out the back, hang on to it, and just start moving. And just like that, we're getting bit and catching fish. So it's a quick little tip on rigging. It's that time of year. Get out the crawlers, get out the leeches, Get out the plastics will work just as well. And put some more fish in your boat.